being able to reach directly to the audience, that is just the best thing ever, honestly, because I'm amazed, because the way that the record company's always made me feel was like, oh, well, nobody's going to like what you're doing. You know, no one's going to like that, you know, so we need to do a bit more of this or be a bit more like this. But I'm really doing exactly what I want to do right now. And it's good. People seem to enjoy it. So it's fabulous. Yeah, great.
Absolutely. Oh, I'll buy your record. Absolutely.
Brilliant. Yes, Petra, thank you so much, first of all, for inviting me to come and do this,
It's a great pleasure. It's so lovely to meet you here on Zoom. And I saw you on Instagram, and for a moment, I was thinking, is this now? Is this real? Is this, happening? Because you have such a 70s vibe.
It's, you know what it is? It's just the style I kind of like. It's not even like I kind of try. It's just, it turns out like that.
Really?
Do you know what I mean? Like bits and pieces, outfits I like and stuff. They're always kind of somehow turn out to be kind of 70s kind of vibes.
Totally. And the way you sing, your videos on Instagram where you are singing like in the street and so on, it totally gives that whole vibe. And last night, cool. Actually, I thought I went and because I was teenagers in 70s, early 80s, and I was trying to figure out. You remind me of somebody, and I last night I was thinking, who is it? And about 1 o'clock, I got my phone and thought, who is this? You remind me of one of the singers of that era. And your voice as well.
Do you know the funny thing? So many people keep saying to me, oh, you like the new Tina Turner. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
It's not, don't get me wrong, I love Tina Turner. She is the boss bitch, But I never aimed to be like the next Tina Turner. But I get so many messages from people saying, oh my God. Yeah.
And I thought of Shaka Khan as well. I thought that.
Listen, the good thing, I don't mind, because all of these are like some badasses, I got compared with Tina Turner, Shaka Khan, Aretha Franklin, somebody said one day, and listen, you can't get any higher than Aretha Franklin.
Exactly. No, that's really why I was thinking, was this older footage? And then I realized, no, this woman is alive.
No, it's today.
It's now.
Yeah, it's now.
That's amazing. And like I say, your videos, your style, everything is just so beautiful. I love it.
Oh, thank you, Petra. I really appreciate it, because I'll be honest with you. The team were pushing me like, come on, you need to do videos and stuff for the Instagrams and TikToks. And I just really didn't want to do it. I've always been like a live artist. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So all this kind of social media stuff is kind of a bit new to me, to be honest with you, and I've been a little bit uncomfortable with it, to be honest,
Yeah, no, it is true. And it's, like I've been recently talking to a lot of singer-songwriters, and, some of them also said that you sort of have to sometimes put that aside, thinking of, oh, I have to post, or what can I post? So sometimes you have to just put that aside and focus on the music as well.
Yeah. This is just it. That's why, because like someone messaged me and said, oh, you never speak to the camera. You never speak, But it's like, well, speak about what? My thing is music and songs. Yeah, that's my thing,
And you can now tell them to tune into the artist's voice, and they can hear you speak. This is why I'm here. Yeah,
I can tell them this now.
But so I read that you were born and bred in London. So you're
right.
And the accent is so London.
Yeah, born and grown in London. Yeah, been in London all my life. So my parents came from Jamaica.
Okay.
They both came here when they were about 6 years old. So, I mean, they
Oh,
grew up
okay.
in London as well, you know?
Mm.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm a Londoner.
Wow. I lived near London for a while, so this is why I'm always so excited when I hear these English accents. And yeah,
Sure.
yesterday I posted a interview with Paul Stevenson. He's an actor in London, and he also has this very strong London accent, and I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, cool.
It
I love it.
brightens up the grey
Brighton's
weather
not
of.
too far. Brighton's like about an hour's drive away. My cousin actually lives in Brighton. So, yeah, it's about an hour, 10-minute drive from
Mhm.
London. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. But now, your music, how did were you always singing as a child as well?
Always sang,
Really?
always loved music, always wanted to do music. But if I'm honest with you, not really much encouragement to do it because a couple of my mum's cousins are like reggae singers. And I mean, they're big on the scene and in the reggae community, reggae scene. But my mum always checked it like that's not a real job. So I never really got any encouragement to do it. Do you know what I mean? It was always like, no, you need to go study. No, you need to go and get a job because, that was it. So, I mean, I really had to battle to do it. To be honest with you, and a battle it has been. Let me tell you, yeah, it's not an easy
Really?
feat. It's no, oh God, it's no easy feat. Especially like I think the difficulty is trying to get past the gatekeepers. That's always been the difficult thing. I mean, social media has helped that now a bit, because obviously you can go direct to the audience,
Exactly. Yeah.
But the battle's always been trying to get past the gatekeepers, which is a battle in itself because they seem to look for this one type or, the same thing, and I never fit into the bracket. So it was always very difficult. So, yeah, this is my way. I've got to do it via social media and hit the audience direct, but it's working. I mean, people seem to
Yeah.
like it.
And staying true to yourself because you have this distinct style and you can sort of develop that and reach your audience and reach the people who like this style.
Well, this is just it. Because I mean, like I'm saying, like trying to get past the record companies, like they'd be like, well, you're a black girl, you should be doing like all out R&B and you should be, and you should be this and you should be that and you should be. I'm not. This is it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, this is it. I write my songs. This is it. This is who it is. But I think for them, they have like, I think with especially like the major labels, I think they have like a marketing program and they just try to find someone who fits into that marketing program.
Exactly,
And I never
yeah.
would. I never did. So I've always been on the outside trying to battle to be heard, So, the
Yeah,
social media thing is it's the way,
But this is actually what most singer-songwriters say, that they sort of this commercial music, and that sells and that brings in the numbers, and that's what the record companies think the people want. But then there are these artists like you and other singer-songwriters who really want to do their thing and say what they want to say and express themselves through their music,
Totally, totally. Everyone's tired of the same thing. It's the same thing. You turn on the radio stations, it's the same thing,
Exactly.
Same. This is a lot of people messaging me and saying the same thing. Oh my God, it's so refreshing to hear something different and to hear something real, So I'll get so many messages, Petra, it's unbelievable. I'm actually surprised, to be honest with you, because I've always been made to feel like, well, you don't fit, if you know what I mean. You don't, so it's like prior to social media, it's like, well, how do you reach the people, So you only can you go to record companies, could you be a bit more this and could you do a bit more that and could you? So I've always felt like, oh, well, so I'm just the wrong thing. I just don't fit. So I'm very surprised at the response that, we've been getting. It's been fabulous, honestly.
And the thing is, also with I mean, we need the record labels, but it's also this idea of you know, they put you in this mold, and when you don't sell anymore, then they chuck you out, you know, and then you have lost those years of trying to figure out who, because I think every artist needs to figure out who they are, and they have to sort of grow in what they have to do or what they want to do, you know?
Totally. I mean, you know, and then when you're getting like, you go into record companies, like you do your product and you go to a record company, like, listen to this, and you're like thinking, yeah, this is on point. And then, oh, well, you know, if you're going to be a bit more like this and a bit more like that, and, you know, this person's kicking at the moment, do you think you could be a bit more like that? Well, no, I can't. Yeah. So,
no, but good for you.
On the outside. Yeah, this is it, you know. But the good thing is, like I say, being able to reach directly to the audience, that is just the best thing ever, honestly, because I'm amazed, because the way that the record companies always made me feel was like, oh, well, nobody's going to like what you're doing. You know, no one's going to like that, you know, so we need to do a bit more of this or be a bit more like this. Well, I'm really doing exactly what I want to do right now. And it's good. People seem to enjoy it. So it's fabulous. I was captured like a junkie on a high, addicted to your sexual persuasion.
Absolutely. Oh, I'll buy your record. Absolutely. Yeah. love your voice and the music that you know, like I say, it reminds me of times, you know, it brings back that quality music.
And this is really what I want to do. I mean, it's not a plug. It's genuinely, I have got some great stuff coming. Like, don't get me wrong, what I've brought out so far, all my stuff, and I love them. But because I didn't have any numbers on the social media, we're thinking, well, it doesn't make sense us dropping like the bombs now. We need to try to build an audience to drop the bomb too. Do you know what I mean? So I've got some absolutely fabulous stuff coming soon, you know, proper retro 70s, old school soul vibes. Yeah, I've got some good vibes coming soon. Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, but it's also, I think we also, and I've been talking to, like I say, a few singer-songwriters and even other artists, where we're saying, well, this is, I think we're moving towards smaller audiences, but loyal audiences, you know, where it used to be like that before also. And we were talking about, I was talking about with somebody about, you know, we used to buy a record and then you sit and you listen to this record over and over and you read the cover of the LP, you know, and it was like you collect these things and I think people want that now, you know. I think we want this
100%.
personal type of thing, and
100%.
honest and
100%, Petra. I can't tell you the amount of people that have messaged me asking, oh, you know, is it coming out on vinyl? You know, where can I get the vinyl? You know, I can't tell you, I'm like surprised, like, wow, you know, you know, and we aim to get there. But at the moment, you know, I'm an independent artist, so we do everything ourselves. So it's got to be stage by stage. But I definitely plan to bring out the vinyls, in a little while. Yeah.
Notion like a moth being drawn to a flame. Situation is getting far too distant. You just don't listen. Past the point of no return. I've gotta let it go. Just gotta let it go. Don't wanna be a satellite. But I think also that's great, you know, is time, because we also live in a time where everything is so instant and people want that instant sort of recognition. But I think things that brew so in time and takes time and develop, I think that really, you know, tends to have longevity.
And this is what is going on, because it's all organic. I make the videos, and then I just put them up, and it's like, who likes them, who doesn't, swipes past. So,
Yeah.
who is there, are turning out to seem like genuine fans. I mean, I can't tell you the amount of messages that I get. It's just unbelievable. I'm so shocked because, like I said, all the years knocking at the doors of the record companies, and it's just like, it's made me really feel like you're just not it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And it makes you question yourself as well. Like, do I not, it really makes you question yourself. Am I totally deluded here? Am I like one of these people that go on to like these X Factors, these TV shows, who are totally deluded, like gone onto a TV show and say they sing, and then they start singing, and it's just like, oh my God, what's going on? I wonder, like, am I deluded? Am I deluding myself? Am I really like? But no, it's good. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good.
But as you said now that some of your family members were reggae artists, but you said you sang a lot. Did you? So in school, did you get training, or are you self-taught?
Nothing. I didn't go to a drama school or anything like that. No,
really,
literally everything I just did myself. Literally found. Yeah, nothing. No, and like I told you, my mum was like, no, you need to go and study. You need to go think about getting a job. You need to. So it was all like that, and she had a recruitment agency, when people go when they want a job. So in her mind, this is where you need to be, you're going to be coming in here and coming working in here. And I was like, no, I don't want to. No, I don't want to. Yeah, that's not, I just don't want to do that. Yeah, honestly. Yeah. So there was no, you get these parents who like push their kids, right? Come on, drama school, come on, singing classes and dancing club. No, there was none for that for me. Okay. Yeah, I literally had to find my way. Yeah.
But that's sometimes also a good thing, because you know what you want, and you're willing to fight for it.
Oh yeah, and the fight it's had to be. Believe me, it's not been easy. I mean, like I'm saying, the social medias now, that gives you a route. When I first started singing, there was no social media. I think there was like kind of MySpace was just coming up, or but there was no social media, if you know what I mean. So the only way was via the record companies, and that means getting past the gatekeeper, and the gatekeeper, I don't know what they want. Even up to today, I don't know what they want. Probably just more of the same. I don't know what they want. Yeah, Petra, it's just the strangest thing. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what they want. But I mean, I've got to be true to myself and I can only do what I can do. I can only write the songs that I feel, put my vibes down. That's all I can do,
But did you start off singing covers, or did you also write from a very young age?
No, if I'm really honest with you, I always wanted to be a writer.
Oh, okay.
Songwriter. So I work with a guy called Kenny Omans. We've always written loads of stuff, but what we found was, because I wasn't a name per se, it was very difficult to get songs placed. Like, nobody wanted a song. If I submitted a song, it could be the greatest song ever, but if, I don't know, the latest hot thing songwriter was to submit a song, that would always be chosen over the one I'd give them, even if mine was 10 times better. So the plan then was, okay, what we need to do, let's just cover some of the songs ourselves. Let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that was really it. Because if I'm honest with you, I like being in the studio, writing and creating. That's what I like. The whole showbiz thing. Yeah. Yes.
So but were you always, after the first song that you written, were you very confident about putting it out there? Because I always wonder about that. What gives you that confidence to think, okay, this is working?
You can only go by what you like. I mean, I know I like good music, the artists that I like good artists. I like good music. I like good songs. So that would always be what I would strive for. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would strive and I would think, right, okay, if I listen to my song next to that song, does it stand up? If it stands up, but yeah, I mean, the creative process, I don't know. I think for me, I don't know, I've always written. I've always loved to make up songs, melodies, lyrics, I've always loved to do this. I think when I was younger, I can remember I came across a little book that I had. I was probably like 8 years old, and I was writing. Now when I look at it, it's like, oh, you were writing songs, but then it was
Really?
I was just writing, but didn't,
Yeah.
yeah. And this is like from a kid, so.
And
I've always
music education, how do you also?
none.
So it just comes from within. Oh, it's amazing. I
Yeah,
love this.
no training, no nothing. It's literally just the vibe that I have. You know what I mean? So, and what I do, like I told you, I work with a guy called Kenny. So sometimes, like, I say, "Oh, Kenny, I've got this thing, this idea running around in my head," and he'd be like, "Well, let me have a listen then." And I might, give him something like, it's a song that I'm working on at the moment, or we're almost done. A song called Long Time Coming. It's going to be fabulous. Oh, I swear to God, Petra, it is going to be fabulous. I said to him, I've got this idea. Long time coming, oh God knows. He's like, oh my God. Yeah, right, let's do this. Yeah. So then we sit down and we start to build, this is it.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And what inspires then a song? The lyrics of a song?
Now that's the $1 million question. It could be anything. I could write literally. I normally pull on past experiences, or situations that I see, because I think if I've experienced something and feel a certain way, if I write a song about it, there's going to be other people that have experienced it and feel the same way as well. Yeah, it's. I can't even tell you, Petra. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, where did that come from? I myself like.
Really?
Yeah, totally.
So it's not necessarily heartbreak that inspires you to write.
Could be anything. Could be heartbreak. Could be anything. I've got a song coming out. I'm going to bring it out in the next few weeks, called "So Much to Say." This is not about love at all. This is about just how what I see out there, what I see out in the streets, what I see in London, how life in London is. It's nothing to do with love. Don't get me wrong, I love a love song. Yeah. I love a love song, especially a heartbreak love song. But this one was actually, I just felt like something needed to be said. Like, I see so much stuff, so much shit that goes on. I thought, you know what? I'm going to put this in the song. So you'll hear that in a couple of weeks, a few weeks' time.
Oh, yeah. I'm following you big time. I love it.
Cool. Petra, is it all right if I smoke in this interview? Is it all right if I smoke?
You can have a smoke, yeah.
Okay, cool.
But and also as a child, did you listen to records of Tina Turner and Chaka Khan and those?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. Well, my mum, she was really into like a lot of the we called it like revival, like old reggae stuff, or now it's old, yeah. And she also loved artists like Gladys Knight.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. There's lots of artists in that genre. Gladys Knight, Shirley Brown, Aretha Franklin. There's a load of them. Millie Jackson. I grew up listening to all of these. My mom was playing these things all the time, and it was just I felt it, It's funny because I actually aim to be like that. It wasn't my, I just literally just tried to be true to myself, and I will tell any artist that, just be true to yourself. That's your sound.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's your style. Instead of thinking about what style should I do and what sound should I, don't think about it. Whatever feels good to you and is natural to you, that's your sound, that's your style, So
that's true. Yeah. And you
that's how I feel it.
Yeah, you are very confident in what you do, and that comes across like that. So you've developed your own style. 'Cause tonight you'll be yearning, you'll be praying, you'll be hoping for me.
anybody else. I can't. You know what I mean? I can't. You know, that would be a losing battle. You know what I mean? If I'm trying to be somebody or replicate someone, I can't. I can't do it. I can only do what I can do, and then hopefully people like it. And you know, yeah, that's it.
Collaborating with another songwriter and a musician. So is it in London, is it easy to find people that sort of get you and have the same outlook?
That's a very good question, because no, it was not easy.
Really?
For many years, I was trying, because remember I told you, I didn't come from like I've gone to drama school or music classes or anything like that. So I never really, yes, my mum's cousins, they were into the reggae stuff, but that wasn't really, don't get me wrong, I like it as well, but that wasn't what I wanted to do. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So it was very, that is the hard thing, was to find like-minded people to work with and people who understood what it was I wanted to do, you know. So I had met a lot of people, tried different things, and then they always try and pull you this direction, and I didn't want that. So I was so lucky to meet Kenny. Yeah, it's a shame I should have had him in on the interview as well today, but I was so lucky to meet him, because he was just like, well, you know, let's just mess about a bit. Let's just see how it is. Let me see, like, you know, what you like, how you like. And we just developed over the years. Because I was actually, had an album out before, which we did independently. But we had to get an investor to assist us, all right? Because then, you know, nowadays you can get all the studio equipment and you can do pretty much everything you need to do with your own studio. But then we're talking like about 15 years ago, we needed to have the studio, everything's so expensive. So I had an investor. But the problem was that album came out and we signed it to a small label in Germany. Yeah. And it's the same as Paranormal. Like, they put out one single, it doesn't go to number one, and then they say, we don't know what to do. Yeah. And this is it. And it was so ironic, because we were independent. I'm going to tell you something, Petra. My song came out, and it came out, I think, in Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, I believe. Well, Germany, definitely. And we got voted to the number one position on, I think it was Radio 1. I think it's a radio station. I think it was called Radio 1. I can't remember. There was a main radio station in Germany. And every week they release newcomers or the new stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And the audience have to phone in to vote for which track they want to hear. We were number one on that list. Number one. Yeah, voted number one. And the radio station refused to playlist us. So when you have a battle, it's all politics. It's a lot of politics involved in the music business, you know. So where do you go from there? If the listeners are telling you we want to hear this, so my song only got played once a week on this chart show, because they had a chart show, and they played all the top 10 of that chart show. We were number one on that chart show for I think 4 weeks. We only got played once a week on that chart show because we were in the number one position. So when that's the battle you're up against, what do you do? You know, what do you do? You know. So that album, in the end, the investor took it down. She took the album down. It was up and everything, and she took it down. So we decided, all right, that's fine. What we will do, lesson learned, we will do this ourselves. Okay, we will reach out to the audience ourselves, and we will push forward ourselves. And this is where we're at now. So yeah.
And I think that, I mean, it's a pity that it didn't work out, but I think sometimes that gives you the power to do it yourself, and maybe that's the route, you know, that you have to take.
Totally. You know, totally. That is exactly it. And that's what we had to do. We had to take control. and this is where we are now. So right now we're just pushing, we're building and we're pushing, and I'm going to keep on pushing. You know, I'm not going to stop. I've got so much material that I've accumulated as well over the years, and I'm still writing new stuff all the time. So yeah, I've got more than enough product, and now with social media, we have an outlet. So yeah, so fingers crossed.
And it's it's directly to the audience, and like I said, the one singer-songwriter I spoke to also said, you know, that he brought out this album now where he wrote exactly what he wanted to say. If it's not popular with everybody, he doesn't care, and if it, you know, he just wants to do his thing. And I think, yes, I love it. I love that people take control over these things.
We have to. Listen, we have to. You have to. You know, if you don't, you'll end up living with regret, because if it doesn't work, then you're going to be like, oh, I should have done what was true to my heart. I should have done what I wanted to do, because maybe that would have worked. And even if what you do is true to your heart and it doesn't work, you don't care, because you know what? I did the real thing, you know?
And I think also this is so important that you say these things, because, you know, young singer-songwriters, they are now going that route where you went, and they're coming across these closed doors, and they're getting to people who make them doubt themselves. And I think it's people like you who, you know, when you say things like this, I think young singers can also then take control and say, okay, but you know what? We don't have to go the traditional route of the commercial music. We can do our own thing. And I mean, I see a lot of small recording studios here in Vienna, for instance. You know, independent guys who record the music, do their thing, and I love it.
I would tell any young artist is stay true to yourself. Do what you want. Yeah, if you're going to go down the road of like major labels and record companies and all the rest of it, they are going to tell you, oh, it's better you do it this way. And those people don't know. They don't know shit, okay? And I'll tell anybody this, yeah? They don't know shit. They could be selling boiled eggs, okay? They don't know. So do not listen to them. You are the creative, yeah? It's your music, it's your material. Do you. That would be my advice to anyone. Do you.
Absolutely.
Yeah? And who likes it, and who doesn't. And if you do you can't go wrong.
So do you do also performances, you know, like
oh God,
and...
yeah, I mean, like that's my strength, to be honest with you. Yeah, I never really used to like the studio that much, because when I say studio, like just being in the studio recording, because you're just in a little vocal booth, and you know what I mean. So yeah, live has always been my thing. Like initially, I started. It's so funny how I actually got into the music on a professional basis in the first place. I remember I was walking down the street one day, and this guy came up and he said, oh, you know, we're looking for girls to be in our music video. You know, would you be in our music video? And I said, no, I won't. He said, he said, oh, well, why? Well, you know what? Why not? We're looking for girls. You know, we're scouting. I said, I'm not being in anyone's music video except for my own. Okay. So,
good for you.
He said, oh, you sing? I said, yeah. He says, all right, come down to the studio, yeah, and you know we'll check you out. So I wasn't sure, because I was thinking, you know, what kind of guys go up to girls in the street and come with the, you know, I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
So I asked a friend of mine, to come with me to go to the studio. I went to the studio. And they said, all right, could you, like, this is our song. Do you think you could sing something? So I sang something. They said, oh my gosh, we need to we want to put you in a band. We want to put you. So I initially started in a live band, and that's what we did. Like proper broke down old van, driving from venue to venue, doing live shows. Do you know what I mean? Break down on the motorway in the snow. Yeah, we did it all. Yeah, we did it all. And then I progressed to go on to try and be a solo artist, and this to be my battle. Yeah.
But this is also part of the experience, you know. I think it's part of that growth, isn't it?
Oh yeah. I mean, totally. Live is my thing. That's what I love. But you know, Petra, but to be honest with you, live is a very expensive thing to do. It is very expensive. I don't know if people know this, but it's very, very expensive. I mean, like say like for myself, I normally have the drummer, bass, keys, and guitarist, and normally maybe 3 backing singers. Right, that in itself is 7 people.
Oh yeah.
Right, now you got to pay these 7 people for rehearsals. And when you're going to go and do a show, you need to go and be paying these people, you know, for the show day.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if we have to stay in a hotel, then you pay a hotel fee. I mean, this all adds up. So it's very difficult.
I never thought of that. I never thought of that, but true. Yeah. You need that.
It's super expensive, super expensive. So this is why a lot of artists struggle to do this, you know, to get out there and do live shows. I get people every day asking me, you know, when have you got some shows? When are you doing shows? But I'm not in a position to do that yet. You know what I mean? Just because of the sheer expense of it. You know, maybe I might be able to pull together one which I'll be able to film, but I have to take it on the road. I need a major investor or major success to be able to do that because it's just so expensive. Seriously.
No, that I can now. I never thought of that, but true. But I mean, I think this is where social media comes in brilliantly, because I mean, you are doing these short little performances in your videos, and so authentic. But Amaree, this is amazing work you're doing, and like I say, I'm just a big fan. Feel very happy that I could talk to you and actually, you know the people behind, the person behind the music. So it's great. And but tell me, what are the wishes for you?
My wish, I just want to just keep on building. I want to get my album out, what I've tried to do, because obviously, like I told you, we're doing it independently. So I don't know the budget to be able to just put the album out and just go, you know, and promote. So I'm doing them song by song. Yeah, okay. Build the catalogue, and I'm going to continue to build a catalogue. Hopefully, I can build a nice fan base and get out there and start doing shows. You know, like even some of the musicians, because I've, you know, done loads of shows before. Actually, do you know this one called the Blue Balls Festival? It's something that happens in Switzerland. It used to happen every year, I think about June. I did that one year. It was fabulous, yeah. And the band always saying, oh, you know, when can we go? Because especially since they've seen me putting out this stuff. And they've been ringing me now, oh, we're going to go on the road. When are we going to do this? When are we going to do this? I'm saying, guys, one step at a time. Do you know what I mean? Because like I said, it's a very expensive business. And it's funny, I read an article not too long ago. It was saying something like, I think 3% of musicians, I don't know if it's worldwide, but I think they were talking about UK, like something like 3% of musicians are from working class backgrounds. You know, the rest are like from middle class or wealthy backgrounds, because it's so expensive. You know, to do it is so expensive. So for a working class person to be able to make that transition, it's not easy. You know, so my thing is I have to build my fan base, keep putting stuff out, you know, and get to the point of being able, because that's what I really want to do. I really want to hit the road and take it, you know, get out there and bring it to the people. But yeah, one step at a time.
And I also think it's you know, it's easy to think you can collaborate, but you also want to collaborate with people with the same mindset as you know, so that's also important.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I'm all up for that. But yeah, you know.
Well, I absolutely. I hope. I always put these videos out and hope the right people listen and you know, get together and maybe collaborate. But I must tell you that many of the artists I've spoken to who made wishes on my channel, their wishes came true. So yeah,
you're a witch. Come on,
yeah, even a composer from Nigeria who made a wish that he wanted to study in Europe. About a year and a half ago, he got a scholarship to go and study in Italy. So
wow,
it was said on my channel. I'm just saying.
Come on, witchy poo, put your spell on me, I'm ready, yeah. I want it. No, my thing is, I want to get this rolling. I want to get it out there. I want to get all my stuff out there. I want to build and build, start doing the live shows, tour, you know, and just scrape as many fans up as possible. You know, this is what I'd like to do.
And I think we're moving into a time where people want authenticity, and you are so authentic. you are number one authentic.
Well, you know, I don't know how to be anything else, Petra, and I think sometimes there's pros and cons to that. Yeah, believe me, you know. But yeah, I mean, I am just who I am, you know, and I just try to make nice music, and hopefully the people like it. I mean, been really having I can't tell you, a great response. It's I'm so surprised, to be honest, because for so many years, you know, knocking about trying to play this record industry game, and it doesn't work. Do you know, it didn't work for me. Do you know what I mean? I remember I went to one. I remember I had a manager once, and we went to one major label. He wanted to try and shop me to this label, and the guy was like, "Yeah, you know, it's good, you know, but you know what, you know, could you do spoken word?" And I said, "What the hell has spoken words got to do with what I do? Yeah, you like, come on, do you know what I mean?" And he was like, you know, one of the worries is, you know, we're not sure, like, you know, would the Middle England, Lancashire, would the boys fancy her? So it's about the boys fancying me. I'm bringing songs, music, vibes.
Exactly.
This is the deal. Do you know what I mean? But the labels, they look at things from a completely different perspective. Listener, fans of music, that's what they're looking for. Music, songs, the artists, The record company, go to a record company, that is a completely different ballgame. They're looking at something completely, oh, well, does she fit into this marketing strategy that we've used for the last 15 years? Oh, you know, well, will she do as she's told when we tell her to go and do such and such? And I just don't think I fit. I just don't fit.
And you shouldn't. There's just one Amaree, and that's you.
That's me, girl.
I must say, it's actually a good thing you didn't go to drama school, because I think you would have overshadowed everybody there. So it's great that you do your own.
There's none for that. You know, that's stiffness. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like somebody asked me the other day, "Oh, you know, do you do theatre?" I said, "Do I look like I do theatre?" Yes. No, alive. I said, "Look, that's not me, babes. Yeah. This is you see what I do. Yeah. It's like, okay, but I like that too." I was like, "Okay, well then, cool. Yeah, but
be yourself.
I can't be anything else. Honestly, I really, I can't. You know, this is me, and I'll do what I do to the best of my ability, and hopefully people enjoy it. You know,
But it was so great talking to you, Scott. You've got such a great energy and wonderful music, beautiful artists, and I'm a big fan.
Oh, thank you, Petra. That means I can't even tell you how much that means. Honestly,
great.
Yeah, I can't tell you. Yeah, because the battle has been hard. You know, so let's see how it goes over the next year.